Welcome back for episode 21 of our solo play, no mods, update 11 playthrough. Uh, since episode 20, I did do a couple very small play sessions offline, like 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, so not a lot of time's gone by since the last episode. Pretty much, I'll show you what I did while I was doing it, because I was just trying to figure out where I was going to go with this episode. So this episode, I have decided that we're going to try to get the craft room up down there on the opposite side of underground there by where the fishing hut is, and we got all our stockpiles. We're going to try to get this. Well, I guess I better move the title screen off so you can see. Is we want to get this sand out of here and move that stockpile and put a room in that 5x5 spot so we could put in the kiln and then work our way to the making a bloomery so we can start doing some iron to get iron tools. And such like that. So let's see how much wood. Okay, we got wood up here, so we can make some. We don't have any other wood, just that. So yeah, we want to build a room so that we can put this in. It needs 30 cubic foot. The Bloomery, I think it's a 1x1x2. So those both should fit in a 5x5x5. And it really wouldn't be 5x5x5 because we're not going to go 5 high. You only need to go 3 high inside. Let's check something first. Alright, so yeah, these are this way. Alright, let's move all this sand over to this stockpile. Pick this up. Problem is, this is all basalt, so is this. Got a little bit of sandstone and granite, so let's go ahead and dig those up. Or sandstone and limestone. A little bit of granite here. Doesn't go there. So 2 more limestone in this pile somewhere. There's 1, 2. How did I know? Because I looked down at what's in my hand and it was 22, which tells me that there was 2 pieces to make 24. It should always be multiples of 24. Let's run over here, drop that in there. Alright, it's all basalt, which we want to iron axe for. Dirt up at the top. Yeah, we want an iron pickaxe in order to start digging all this basalt up. And then we can easily use that as our crushed rock for roads, or we can use it to make mortared stone if we need more research pages. We can use it to make basic research geology. We can use it as our repair material for our stone stone tools. So let's go up and queue up some wood. That might be the other thing we do in this episode, is go collecting more wood. Sorry. Alright, so we need more wood. Let's do 20. And then we will go down here to hewn and do... It's going to get us 320, so we can do 160. I'm going to need like 100 wood. 200 wood, sorry. My calculation was off. Alright, so here it's going to use up 3060, so we're down to 220. And then we'll go to here. So at 220, yeah, we need at least 100 wood. So, did we have any more wood laying down on the ground? I don't think we did. I think we picked it all up. Yeah, because we were chopping trees over there. That's why. So, how about we start by coming up higher. We're eventually going to cut this all down anyway, so... this one's full. This one's tall enough. This one's tall enough. This one's tall enough. This one, not quite. That one's still a little bit short. That one's a little bit short. Let's come up here. That one's a little short. That one's... See, I can't reach the leaves. So these two can be chopped down. Something I thought of while I was offline. People, somebody might wonder again why I do my mining the way I do on the 6s. I said it was because of the regular stockpiles, right? Well, the thing is, once we get into lumber and we can make the large lumber stockpiles, you understand a lot more why I do it the way I do. And that's because if we go looking in carpentry and we go up higher in our skills, we have, where's it at? Here, the large lumber stockpile. If we look at the measurements of the large lumber stockpile, it's 12 by 12 by 11. So if we had a floor and you had 5 high for a stockpile and a floor and 5 high for a stockpile, 5 plus 1 plus 1 or plus 5 or 5 plus 1 plus 5, the 2 5 stockpiles and the 1 floor in between is your 11 high. So you'd fit that in perfectly in between floors that are 12, or you take out the floor in between on the 6, and then you end up with 11 levels between two floors. So if you start out at 0, 1 through 11, floor on 12 would be one large lumber stockpile. 13 through 23 would be your next one, with a floor on 24. And then go to 36, then 48, then 60. That's the reason why I build on the 6s, because I can just take out one floor in the middle, and boom, I can place a large stockpile in place of basically 8 small, a little bit more than 8 regular stockpiles, because it's 12 by 12 instead of four of them on the same area. It would be a 10 by 10. Now you could get by with doing this one, which is the regular one, which is 10 by 10, but it's only 9 high. You're still doing that, but you're losing out a couple spaces. But by the time you're digging that much out, you're easily going to have the room to not really care. Full-grown regular redwood would cost, or will get you 60 wood. Yeah, no, I'm using a broken axe. So 2 trees here would get us our 100 and our 100 wood that we want. That's more than enough wood to finish out our wood making that we've got queued up. If we're going to cut any more trees, we need to go fix our axe. I said I was going to show you what I did while I was offline, those couple little minor sessions. Oh, that was a brand new one too, so. Shift, not control, or alt. What I did is I decided to come down here where the coal was, and I started to dig this way. So I took the land claim in order to see how far I had to go. That would be 1 flat and 2 flat, and then I started down again for another level, going down to where we ultimately end up at level 42, because that's 43, but the flat floor would be 42, which would be the next floor down. As you can see, we got plenty of coal that we'll eventually dig out. The reason why I went 2 land claims and then before I started the ramp down is because I want ultimately the roads would end up being 10 wide. Because I'm showing it as if it was a multiplayer server. You're going to want to go 10 wide so you can fit 2 cars going side by side with no problem. You can get by being 5 wide, you know, as a solo, but because you're going to be the only one traveling it. But I want to do what I normally would. So I'll start with 5 wide, but I want it planned for being a... Damn it. Being wider. So chop up these trees because, like I said, we'll end up leveling that out. So we can put another tree farm or tree orchard up here. So what we'll end up doing is probably we'll definitely fill in this hole down here so it's all the same level as this that we're on, and then so this area right here will be taken out, and then we'll probably go up to fill in what I'm standing on so that it is the same height as this. So all of that right there will get taken out. I don't know what I'll do with that. Maybe I'll just leave that. But I want to have a couple different levels of tree farms, but I want them, for the most part, I want to start leveling things out again. Because you want to have your tree orchards be as flat, open flat area as possible. So it's easiest to get a vehicle there and not having to go up and down, wasting time. So like I said, you don't really want to be jumping up and down all this much. takes too much time, and it's hard to, get a cart or even later a steam truck into there to pick them up or pick everything up. You kind of want to make everything flat as possible. That up, and then we can go up here. We'll go ahead and put those up. Ooh, that might fall on the mushrooms, but I doubt it. Oh, it was close. I barely got down there in time to pick that up. How tall is this one? Can we reach these branches? Nope, nope, nope. Alright, so this one gets to come down. If you can't reach the branches, then it's tall enough that you're going to get, at least 90% of its max amount of wood. Which for a yeah, what is this? I'm trying to remember which one this one is. See, there's 20. That one would normally be 60 or 50 wood. 2, 3, 4. See, we got 50 wood out of that. So we grabbed 20 and then we grabbed the other 30. So all the rest of these are too short because we can reach the leaves. See if we stand here. Oh, that one could come down. So let's pick up the mushrooms so we don't crush them. Not enough room because we got too much wood pulp on us. Berries go in there. Seeds, seeds, seeds. See that one? We can see that we hit that. This one we cannot. So this one can come down. This one we can reach the branch. This one we cannot. So this one comes down. This one comes down. So you, without the soil sampler, how you can tell which trees to cut down. If you can reach the branches, it's not full grown. And you're cutting it down too early, you're not getting the full amount of wood out of it. See, there's another good one. Cut. Alright, I'm just collecting some wood because we're going to need it for soon to be future projects. This is why I said you want to build roads and have flat areas so that you're not having to do what I am, is run back every time with only a handful of wood. You'd rather have the cart, and you'd rather not have to have the cart tumbling down the hill. Because there are times when it gets flipped over that you cannot turn it back over once it's loaded. And you're going to have to unload it by hand anyway. Alright, that should be enough for now. So let's jump down here. We got sand up here, so let's go ahead and turn that all into mortar. That's 104. Get us some food. put our calories in. Yeah, see, we already got the grindstone for making our iron axes. We just need the iron. Along with the what? Oh, it's because I haven't studied blacksmithing yet. I was trying to figure out why that was that way, and it's just because I haven't studied blacksmithing yet to unlock it. But ultimately, you know, you're going to need, what was it, 12 iron bars, 12 wood, and hides, which we got plenty of because we've been doing other stuff. We do want to get this. We want this, this, and this for sure. And we kind of want this as well, because this will help us build better. Instead of just doing one long row, we'll be able to do 2 long rows, 3 long rows, whatever we have capable. We'd be able to do a 4x5 area while we're holding 20. All at one time. Or we could build a 4x5 section of wall. 3x6, whatever. It has another stage of form size. The only thing this is going to do is it's going to go from our, 500 durability pickaxe starts out at 1,000. So it's going to last basically twice as long. But the thing is, I will still use the stones if I run across things like coal, copper, or coal, iron, sandstone, limestone, any of them that are only going to take one hit to break, I'll use the stone pickaxe. If it requires 2 or more, I'll use the iron. So early on, I'm not wasting this and not having the iron to replace it to repair it, because I'd then need to have the iron file, which we don't have yet. Alright, so here, what do we got? We got a crushed stone over here. No, we do not. We only have that stuff. Alright, here, let's take the roads and we'll drop them down here in this cart. And we're going to turn all that into mortar. How full is that? I can't tell. So let's see if we could throw. There's 60 down there. So I guess let's go see about going down there and trying to start that run. In order to do that, though, we do want to take out the floor here. Yes, this is the level below, but we want it to actually be a tier 1 material. Not tier 0 raw resources. So let's run around here, drop that off in there. Gotta dig that way. So this currently is going to give us a 1, 2, 3, a 3 by 2, and the kiln is a 2 by 2 by 3. So it would fit. That would be 6 plus 3 high would only be 18, and we need 30. We can actually do this, and then we'll just, because we can go to here and we'll just put a door, we'll make it in a sense like a door's there. So we'll leave the space as if there's a door in the wall. Go grab wood, go floor, F. So let's build this wall. Prepare your hammer again. $108 builds before it breaks again. So we got 12. Pull this 30. Alright, let that go for a little bit. Let's see if we find our kiln. Let's replace that with that. Alright, not in the room. I guess that's all we got right now, so... Alright, now we just need to get enough to make the roof on this. So let's go probably make some more. Yep, it finished. Alright, so another 20 makes 100 or 320, so we can do another 160. So while that's working, let's find our cart, bring it out. Come down here. From here, we'll drag these down to this cart. Okay, fine. We'll do it by singles because there's too much for weight. There we go. So from here, let's go ahead and move this stuff up. Shuffle the crushed rock over. So keep making the stone roads that we had queued up. Go ahead and throw those over there too. Alright. Now that that part's done, let's see how many. Probably haven't done any yet. Nope, we haven't done any yet. So let's look at the kiln. Crafting, we're going to want to make a bloomery. I want to think Pete is out in the swamp. It's probably a cross between the it'd be like clay, but in the swamp before you get to the actual coal in the swamp. If you use regular logs, you're going to get 2 charcoal. If you're going to use condensed or use hewn logs, you're going to get 4. That's because it's 2 to 1. For every hewn log, you're going to take 2 wood. So this would actually be, you need 14 wood to get the same 4. Which is why when you start getting into modules into your tables, it helps out a lot. But unfortunately, this one takes the advanced module, which you can't make right away. Eventually, with pottery, we'll make a bathtub, a sink, and a toilet for the bathroom. We've already got, I think we already have a fireplace built for the living room, but maybe not. I may have postponed that. But see, we'll need crushed rock, which we have sitting around. It's not a problem. We just don't have storages checked off. See, we could check this one off. We'll take from. It'll take that. Now we just have to bring over 6 mortar and 25 boards. So that means we need to go make 25 boards for that. Once these are done, I don't know what that was. That was it's a skill point somewhere. Oh, that was their skill point for basic engineering. 25 boards. So let's go to storage over here. We can find we'll grab that and then we'll grab one more. Now I just need to bring down the 25 boards, and we'll have our bloomery making as soon as we take. Oh, see, this is masonry, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, we'll eventually, for anything else in here, we'll need to have pottery, 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 pottery. And you gotta make a potteries table so you can actually have that, get the recipe for it. Same there. Well, for any of those. I guess not all of them. But in order to make the bricks, we gotta make wet bricks and have mortar. In order to make the wet bricks, it's at the pottery table. So we'll need to make a pottery table and bring it over. That's cracked at the carpentry table. Hewn logs, wood boards, and a wheel. The wooden wheel is probably considered a part, much like the millstone was in the Erastus. It's probably the thing that'll wear itself out over time. Give me these 16. Go here. This is all a temporary. Alright, that's considered a room. Now we just don't have room requirements. Alright, so I guess we do need to get a little bit more. It's not quite 1.8 that the table needs. Why is that coming up as sandstone there? $61 and 19 empty corners. This is only 42 space, so that leaves only 12 left. Because that needs 32. So let's go see about making a potteries table while we're waiting on more wood to be made. So on top of that, we definitely need to make 5 more boards for the pottery table. It's a pottery table. There it is. And we need a wooden wheel. So over to here. Wooden wheel. Make one. Put a hold on the road until we get the pottery wheel. And the pottery wheel requires 16 and we'd only have 12, so we need to make that room just a little bit bigger. So, in order to make it bigger, we're going to actually move the back wall out another tile. So let's pick this up. Of course, that would happen. stick that there. Wood. 27. Prepare the hammer again. And then we'll have to get some food. Good thing we have dried fish over here. We don't have to run up. Over here, run through here, hit this, go down. Fish. Down. That goes down. This comes over. Ran out. Alright, so we need a little bit more. So what do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 12, 15. $16. Now I could take a couple out of here, but the problem is if I do that, it's going to register what's in that stockpile into the count. So I don't want to do that. I just need that one. I need 4 more. 2, 1. Probably just because it doesn't have any fuel. Yep, out of fuel. So this is where we will go down here. And grab us a nice stack of coal. Now, the question is, I want to question something. Crushed coal. You get crushed mixed rock. Crushed coal is 80 kilojoules, or 80,000 joules for 12 coal. So that's what, 80 divided, or wait, no, we get 160 joules in place of 48. Because you're getting 4 per coal. So yeah, you're getting 4,000. Wait, what's fuel? Doesn't say what the fuel is, because it's not fuel. It's just weight. Crushed into usable fuel. All right. So we can do 3, 4, 5. Go storage. We'll throw this into here, and we'll go get another. We're doing 5, so I mean we need 60. We need another 20. So now we got the crushed. Oh, that's regular coal. Never mind. Right, where's my crushed? Come on, give me my crushed. Give me my crushed. I want to start the kiln. It's doing the crushed right now. Two-minute craft, just like everything else. Now we'll take these two, come over here to the kiln, go to power, drop these in here, boom. Basically an hour's worth of time off of 2 coal, or 2 crushed coal. So now we're making our bloomery. As soon as we get our 25 wood. So we come over here, find our 25 boards that are made. We don't have our 25 boards made. Alright, let's go up to the table. The sad thing is the first 5 we make here are going to go into the table. Okay, we've made 2, they're going under here. So we need to get these 25 made and then we can finish our bloomery. Which means that we might as well go ahead. There was another reason why I dug past the coal and to go down one more level. It's in order to hide what we are about to start over here, which is iron concentrate. Because we'll take our crushed iron ore, it will get iron concentrate, and then we will get wet tailings as well. So if we do, I think it's out of every iron concentrate. We get 4 bars. But we need the clay molds as well, which comes from pottery. Well, actually, no. That comes from, yeah, the pottery table. One clay will get 4 clay molds. So let's go ahead. We don't have any crushed here, but we do have it in another stockpile somewhere else. We are going to go ahead and make let's go 15. So now we just need to move our crushed iron ore that we've got stashed up above. I think it was stashed up above. Or do we have it all over here? We have it all over here. So let's check our rockers and see if they can reach that table. Or that storage. Bingo. So now we're rocking. We're rocking. We're rocking. We can take this coal. Throw it into here. Halfway. So what we want to do now is come down here, grab this. We could take this iron ore, throw it into this stockpile, come back to the wagon, take this and throw it up there. We'll throw this up here as well. That cleans out that stockpile, cleans out that stockpile for stuff that we want to mine down there. We'll come back over here, find our tables. That one's working on that stuff. That's working on sandstone, so let's go ahead and crush some iron ore. We need 12 per, we got 360, that means 30 crafts. That's 7 more sandstone that'll go, or whatever we have sandstone available. Oh, we're at an hour and 12 minutes, so about perfect. So we'll finish up the Bloomery between now and the start of the next episode. So we'll be able to start doing iron ore in the next episode. So I will see everyone in episode 22, where we start making iron and work our way into smith, or we'll take the, we already made the book for smelting. So we'll do that. We have to make the book for pottery so we can get the pottery molds. Then we will get blacksmithing research so that we can get our iron tools. That will be the 3 skills we take in the next episode, if we can get the pages done. So I will see everyone then. Enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you happen to be. Until next time.